The rain fell gently on the broken stones of the old ruins, and I stood still listening to the soft patter against my armor. I never expected to see her again. Not after the war. Not after the peace treaty. Not after all the memories I tried to bury. But there she was, the alien woman, tall, strong, and silent in the mist with her cloak soaked and her silver hair sticking to her face. Her name was Relay. Once a feared commander of the Zalari forces, now just a shadow moving through forgotten lands. Her eyes found mine, and for a long time neither of us spoke. I was afraid the moment would vanish if I said anything. She stepped closer slowly, as if unsure I would stay. I did. Do you remember me? She asked. Her voice was softer than I remembered, and her accent was no longer sharp. Of course, I said. How could I forget? I still remember the first time I saw her, in the middle of fire, and shouting her blade clash with mine, and we fought like enemies were supposed to. But I saw something in her eyes and something like hesitation. And in a moment, when she could have killed me, she didn't. She let me go. That choice changed everything. After that, we met in secret between the lines of war-sharing silence, sharing stories, watching the stars like we weren't enemies, like we were just people. But the war ended. We went our separate ways. And I never saw her again. Until now. She looked older but not weaker. There was sorrow in her eyes, but also something else, something harder to name. Why are you here? I asked. I have searched for you, Relay said. Since the war ended. Every world, every colony. Every place your people touched. I was looking for you. My heart beat faster. Why? She lowered her gaze as if ashamed. Because I never forgot what you did for me. I never forgot how you treated me like I was not a weapon, but a person. She stepped closer until the space between us was only a breath. I belong to you, human. She said, her voice trembling. Not as property, not as a prize, but because my heart chose you and I could not silence it, not even when I tried. I was stunned. This was not a declaration of surrender. It was not a political move. It was truth, raw and painful and beautiful. You do not have to belong to anyone, I said gently. She looked up quickly. But I want to. With you. Only you. I never knew what love meant before the war. My people do not use the word. We are raised to fight, to lead, to win. But you showed me something else. You showed me kindness. And I kept it inside me like a flame, even when I was alone. I reached for her hand, slowly afraid she might pull away. She didn't. Her hand was cold but strong. Fingers calloused from years of battle. I remember the night we watched the stars, I said. You told me they sang on your world. She nodded. They still do. But the songs were empty without you. I smiled. And here I thought you forgot about me. Never, she whispered. Not for a single day. I searched because I had to know. If you survived. If you remembered. If there was still a place for me in your world. I looked at her, really looked. At the scars on her neck of the tiredness, in her shoulders, at the quiet hope in her eyes. And I saw the same woman who let me live. The same woman who told me stories under strange skies. The same woman who risked everything to find me. There's a place for you, I said. Right here. She breathed out like she had been holding it for years. I do not know how to be what you need, she said. I am not soft. I do not speak well. I have done terrible things. So have I said. But I never needed perfect. I just needed real. And you are real. She took another step until we were chest to chest. Her hand lifted slowly to touch my cheek. Her fingers shook. You are warm, she said. I had forgotten what that felt like. You will never have to forget again, I said, if you stay. Will you have me, she asked. Not as a guest, not as a burden, but as your own. My answer was simple. Yes, She closed her eyes and leaned her forehead against mine. Then I am yours. Fully, truly, and always. We stood like that for a long time with the rain falling around us. There was no ceremony, no grand speech. Only the truth. I took her other hand and felt her grip tighten. She was still trembling, but now it was not from fear. It was from release. I have been alone for so long, she said. Even when I was surrounded by people, I was alone. But you made me feel seen. Even back then, you looked at me like I was not a monster. I never thought you were, I said. You were brave and lost and trying like all of us. That makes you human, in all the ways that matter. She gave a soft laugh. Then perhaps I am more yours than I knew. The war had taken many things from us, but it had given us this too. This strange bond born of silence and starlight and choices made in mercy. I do not know what the future will look like, she said. I do not know how your people will see me. I do not care, I replied. You are not a soldier here. You are not an alien. You are the woman I waited for even when I told myself to stop hoping. You are the one who came back. And that is all I need. She nodded slowly. Then I will stay. I will learn your ways, your home, your world, and I will build something new with you. Not from war, but from peace. And so we walked away from the ruins together. No longer enemies. No longer strangers. She held my hand as if it was the only thing that kept her grounded. And maybe that is what love is. Not grand, not perfect, but true. And when she looked at me again as the clouds began to part and the sun finally touched the earth, I saw no tremble in her eyes, only strength and something else, something I could finally name. Love,